Hamilton is one of the largest cities in Canada, located about an hour southwest of Toronto. Hamilton is getting a complete overhaul to its transit system over the next 7 years. So, that's what today's video is about, going over all of the aspects of how Hamilton's transit network will be evolving over the next 7 years and how this will affect the city. So to start, what exactly is the 7-year plan? The 7-year plan, also being referred to as re-envisioning the HSR, is a long-term plan that will commence progress next fall. Its main areas of focus are on realigning the bus network to optimally serve the future Hamilton LRT, actually building the LRT, creating BRT corridors that reflect the scrapped BLAST network, and improving general reliability of buses. I'm going to start with the main feature of the 7-year plan. Service in Hamilton being oriented around the future Hamilton LRT. The LRT will run along the King, Main, Queenston corridor through the lower half of the city, and the plan is to have every LRT stop be connected to at least one HSR bus route, as well as having 90% of service bus routes connecting to the LRT in some capacity. Another key area of this part is the improved connectivity to the GO transit services, mainly at West Harbour GO and the soon-to-be-constructed Confederation GO. There's not really much to add here other than the fact that under this plan, around 300,000 people will be within 800 meters of the LRT, and that, to me, kind of resembles how the Toronto subway network is organized, as in Toronto, its subway stations have considerable bus connections. Next, let's talk about the HSR's plan to add up to 18 new transit hubs throughout Hamilton. The City of Hamilton is planning on adding many new transit hubs strategically throughout the city, with the key goal being to minimize the transfers and result in much more direct trips for passengers. The hubs are planned to be built on major trip-generating locations based on land use, employment opportunities, and interregional connectivity. The goal here is to ensure that travel between any two primary hubs can be done transfer-free, and that travel between two secondary hubs can be done with only one transfer. I mentioned primary and secondary hubs, so here's a list of both categories. Primary hubs: CF Lime Ridge Terminal, Eastgate Terminal, Heritage Green Terminal, King and James LRT Station, McMaster University Terminal, Meadowlands Terminal, Mohawk College Terminal, and West Harbour GO Terminal. The proposed secondary hubs being Ancaster Gateway, Centre on Barton, Confederation GO, Downtown Dundas, Elfrida Gateway, Hamilton GO Centre, Mountain Transit Centre, Parkdale and Queenston LRT Station, Stony Creek Gateway, and Waterdown Gate. In comparison to how today's system looks, where service and hubs are oriented around Hamilton's downtown, this new system will serve the outer rings of the city much better and improve transit reliability greatly for those who are affected. The one big thing to note here is that not all of these hubs will be existed, these are proposed, but if even only half of these gets built, it'll be a great improvement. Next, I want to talk about the improvements to the rapid transit system that is planned for Hamilton. I've already mentioned the work that's being done on the Hamilton LRT several times in this video, but HSR is already building a BRT network that is oriented around the LRT. Inspired by the cancelled BLAST network, this new BRT system will be fully integrated with the LRT, with every line stopping at an LRT stop, meaning passengers can step off an LRT and step onto a rapid bus in less than 10 minutes. Some important destinations that will be covered by this new BRT system include Hamilton Airport, the proposed Ancaster Gateway Station, the proposed Waterdown Gateway Station, West Harbour and Confederation GO stations, the waterfront, and McMaster University. This section is short, but it's pretty important as it affects the entire network, built or unbuilt. Service hours in Hamilton are inconsistent and transit riders have been complaining. So, under the new 7-year plan, standard service hours will be implemented, similar to how the Toronto subway operates. These hours being weekdays from 5 a.m. to 2 a.m., Saturdays from 5 a.m. to 2 a.m., and Sundays from 6 a.m. to 1 a.m. This is mainly to ensure that all areas of the city, regardless of location, have consistent, reliable service within these hours. Next, I want to talk about the new categories of bus routes that are coming to exist on the new 7-year plan. Today, there's basically two types of routes: runs every day, runs on weekdays only. But the city is going to be introducing specific categories of routes that each serve a specific purpose, with varying frequency. Rapid routes. These buses will form the BRT network with 10-minute frequency peak hours. Core routes will run on arterial roads every 15 minutes. Feeder routes, designed to bring riders directly to the LRT with 15-minute frequency. And finally, local routes will serve a specific area of the city, with the goal being to connect that area to one of the new transit hubs, allowing for service from these areas to other areas of the city with minimal transfers. The last thing involved in the 7-year plan is change to transit priority. In order to make the BRT system as effective as possible, the city plans to implement signal priority, queue jump lanes, and bus lanes on a number of major corridors in the city. The city will look at congestion patterns, ridership demands, and installation costs to determine where to put these new priority measures. Right now, it's anybody's guess where they can put these and how good they will be, but at least there's a plan in place. So, that's a summary of the huge overhaul coming to transit in Hamilton over the next 7 years. From new BRT lines to a laundry list of new transit hubs to service improvements, there's a lot to look forward to with this plan. I hope you learned something about the 7-year plan and that you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.